Most people visit Kazakhstan by flying into the country's former capital, Almaty. We drove in over the mountains from Kyrgyzstan, and I'll tell you that drive alone was worth the trip. We only had 2 days in Kazakhstan. So the question is 2 days enough? Well, of course not. And should you spend 2 days there if you have them? Well, of course. So we're going to tell you exactly what we found during that 2-day trip to Kazakhstan. And thank you for watching our channel. We're Jay and Tanya. We're a couple of retired travelers. We've been traveling for over 50 years now. We've been to over 163 countries and territories, and we've been to all 7 continents. We lived abroad for 11 years, and we still travel about 6 to 7 months out of the year. So we've been around the block a few times, and we think we know what we're talking about. Now, you may not agree with that, but we think we know. So today is part 2 of our series on all 5 of the Central Asian Stan countries. Today, Kazakhstan, specifically Almaty and the surrounding area. If you're an older traveler like we are, you've got 3 constraints: money, time, and energy. And at this point in your life journey, money should be the least of these constraints. When you're in your late 60s or late 70s, you have a pretty good idea of how much money you can spend on travel, and you always look for the best deals, and then you make adjustments as needed. The time constraint is not necessarily the length of time you spend in any given destination, but whether the time taken for a trip is the best use of your remaining travel years. Maybe sounds a little morbid, but you've only got so much time. The energy constraint is simply how much physical and mental energy does the trip require. So what we're trying to do is to maximize the value of our experiences and achieve our greatest return on life. So Kazakhstan is interesting because even though it's a big country, it's the 9th largest in the world, most of what you actually want to see as a traveler is concentrated in one particular region. And 2 days, I know it sounds unrealistic, but if it's done right, is genuinely enough to get a feel for it. Now, not immersion by any means, but a feel for it. And we would normally spend more time in a destination like this, but we had the additional constraint of traveling with a small group, so our itinerary was already set. So let's start with how we got there. We entered Kazakhstan overland from Kyrgyzstan, crossing through the mountains. It was about a 7-hour trip on a highway that sometimes wasn't in the greatest condition, but it wasn't bad. The scenery coming over those mountain passes was spectacular. And on the way down toward Almaty, we stopped at Charyn Canyon. Now, this is one of the most famous natural sites in Kazakhstan, and they like to compare it to the Grand Canyon in the US. Now, you have to manage your expectations here because, sometimes you see pictures of Charyn Canyon and it looks very spectacular and rock formations and so forth. And it is beautiful. But of course, it is smaller than the Grand Canyon in the US. And so you just recognize that. But here's something you should know. Getting down into the canyon and back out is a physical commitment. The path is steep. It is not a casual stroll. And for older travelers, and I say this as a 78-year-old traveler who went down into the canyon and back up again, it's absolutely doable. But try to go in the morning if you can. Wear proper shoes, take your time, bring water, and it's a very pretty place. It's a national holiday here in Kazakhstan, and so everybody is out here. It's a very heavily touristed kind of thing. We're walking down this canyon. Just a second, here comes an old Lada. Yeah, it's the best. There's the lovely Tanya up there on the right. And people have their kids and everything. So it's very much like Nevada here. For those of us who know us, we lived in Nevada for 3 years, and Yeah, it's just like Red Rock and a number of those places. Almaty itself surprised us. We weren't expecting a city this cosmopolitan, this walkable, and actually this comfortable. Almaty was Kazakhstan's capital until 1997. The capital is now Astana. And Almaty still feels like the cultural and commercial heart of the country. The streets are tree-lined and wide. The food scene is excellent. The infrastructure is solid in a way that makes independent travel easy. For older travelers, this matters. You're not navigating chaos here. Almaty is an organized, modern city with good hotels, recognizable food options, alongside the local cuisine, and a level of ease that you don't always find in Central Asia. One famous site you shouldn't miss in Almaty is the Zenkov Cathedral. This cathedral is a Russian Orthodox church. Church is built entirely of wood without any nails, and it's one of the largest wooden structures in the world. It survived the 1911 earthquake that leveled most of the city. It's painted in some vibrant colors, and it sits inside Panfilov Park. And in the same park is the impressive Soviet Glory Memorial, which honors fallen Soviet and Kazakh soldiers. The massive central bronze memorial depicts 28 Panfilov guardsmen of the Red Army who were heavily outnumbered and who died fighting Nazi tanks near Moscow in 1941. The park itself is definitely a place that you should visit. The other excursion we made from Almaty was up to the Shymbulak ski resort area, about 25 kilometers above the city. Now, we weren't there to ski. It was May. We were there for the gondola ride up into the Tian Shan mountains and for the views. And here is where I want to address the energy constraint directly, because Shymbulak is a good test case. You'll probably take the gondola up the mountains, so that takes the physical aspect out of it. But you are at altitude. You're about 3,000 meters at the top station. And if you're not used to altitude, you might feel a mild headache, slightly slower pace, needing to catch your breath more than usual. Just be aware of that. So our recommendation is go ahead and take the gondola up, have lunch at the top. They have lots of services up there. Enjoy the views. They are spectacular, then take the ride back down. Don't try to do Charyn Canyon and Shymbulak on the same day. Pick one per day. That's the formula. As a 78-year-old traveler, I will tell you Shymbulak is absolutely doable. Just respect the altitude. One thing we noticed while we were up at the ski resort, Tanya saw this sign that read, "Don't lean on the handrails without a chute." Well, like Tanya always says, never go skiing without a parachute. Good advice, Tanya. The money constraint. A quick word on money, because Kazakhstan sits in an interesting position compared to the other stands. It's not as cheap as Uzbekistan. Kazakhstan has significant oil wealth, and that shows in the pricing, particularly in Almaty. A good hotel will cost you more here than it would, for example, in Samarkand. That said, it's still dramatically more affordable than Western Europe or in North America. A solid 4-star hotel in Almaty will run you about $80 to $120 a night. Dinner for two at a good restaurant, $25 to $40. The excursions, the gondola at Shymbulak, the entrance fee at the canyon, they're inexpensive. Don't even worry about that. What's the verdict? 2 days in Kazakhstan, specifically Almaty and the surrounding region. Is it worth your time, money, and energy? Would you get an experience value out of this? Well, here's our honest answer. Yes. 2 days is okay, with one qualification. If you're doing a broader Central Asia trip like we were, 2 days in Kazakhstan is probably the right allocation. You get the mountain drive in, you get to see the canyon, you get Almaty's walkable city experience, you see the cathedral, you see the park, you go to Shymbulak ski resort. That's genuinely full 2 days. If Kazakhstan, however, is your only destination in Central Asia, if you're flying specifically into Almaty, I would say give yourself 4 to 5 days minimum. There's more here than 2 days can give justice to. Would we go back to Kazakhstan for a longer visit another time? I think we would, especially if it was part of a longer trip to some other Central Asian or Middle East destination. Kazakhstan surprised us, and in very good ways. If you've been to Kazakhstan, or if you're planning to make it part of a Central Asia trip, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear about it and share your views and plans with us. In our next video, we'll be covering Kyrgyzstan. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you again in our next video. Bye-bye.